Hi. Hello, my name is Flo.
My name is Brandon.
What's up? I'm Sandy.
And this is Jane, and welcome to String Along.
This is episode 16, and today we'll be talking about alcohol.
Yay.
And to start off this episode, we're gonna take a sip of alcohol.
I've actually never drank before, so I'm drinking water.
Get the fuck out of here.
Lies.
In today's episode, it's pretty much themed as blame it on the alcohol. Now, before we start, what's everyone's favorite alcohol beverage?
My personal preference is it used to be Amsterdam, New Amsterdam, because it's cheap vodka, great. You take it like 3 to 5 shots, and then you kind of like lose taste, and then it feels good, right? It's cheap. But now it's Ciroc, and then actually soju, soju.
Wait, what? That was you're talking about vodka and then now you're saying soju?
Yeah, it turns out there's easier things that go down your throat, which is soju.
That's what she said. That's what she
Wait,
said.
yo, ow, ow,
Man.
ow, ow, wait, hold up.
Oh, we're gonna
I'm
include
a little
this. It's
tipsy
fine.
right now.
He's going in the trailer.
Hey,
Sandy?
I mean, personally, I prefer like something more on the weaker side because I don't really drink or like alcohol that much. So I prefer things like wine or light beers that is flavored.
Jane?
Yeah, I definitely agree with Sandy. I'm not. I don't drink that much either, so I
Oh my
like
god.
things that are on the low side as well, like tequila, soju, and beer.
Hey!
Tequila.
Yeah, I love tequila. Tequila is the best. No,
Yeah,
nothing else.
no, tequila is definitely on the low side.
Hey, I mean, everyone has a different kind of preference. Okay, I don't know if it's just me, but do you guys feel different kinds of drunk when it's with different kinds of alcohol?
oh,
Yeah.
Definitely.
I personally don't feel different from each drink, but it depends on how much I drink from each drink.
okay. For me, it's like it depends. It's like either wine or beer and vodka. So hard liquor and beer eventually gives me the same tipsy, but wine gives me a different type of tipsy. That's it.
For me, all of them are different, but if I mix them, it's like,
Like what? You got to give an example.
um, I get lit.
Oh, really?
Ah.
So you don't get lit if you just drink one sort of alcohol, though.
Yeah, I don't. I think I only black out if I mix.
Well, how about you, Brendan?
For sure, if I drink soju, I'll always get a bad headache.
Ooh, true.
But tequila is my friend, my amigo. I know I won't get a hangover, but I'll definitely yak the night before. Like it's a must, or else, yeah, I'm pretty bad. And speaking of hangovers, there's two types of drunk, right? Throw up and there is blacking out. Boys and girls, what are you guys?
Oh, well, I can
I'm
answer for
both.
Flo.
I can answer for Jane too.
Flo's both.
You're right. I'm actually both. But I would say I'm more of the blackout because I don't remember when I throw up. I just hear
No,
people telling me I'm
no,
throwing up. Sometimes I do throw up. You're right.
you
No,
throw
that's
up in the
true.
morning.
True.
That is very true.
You black
But
out at night and throw up in the morning.
according to Brandon, tell us what happens, Brandon, because I don't remember any of it.
So
Oh,
recently,
did you guys make out?
what? No, what the heck?
Excuse me, ma'am. We're talking about drinking right now, and plus,
Recently, we went on. We went drinking. Jane was there too, and I slept over. And I remember Flo was just drinking a bunch, but we did end up mixing wine and soju, and we mixed so
and
much that
beer.
I didn't drink beer.
Yeah, we did at the karaoke.
I did not drink beer.
Oh well, I guess I was the only one drinking beer.
But I remembered Flo because as soon as we got home, he took I went to the restroom to like just take a shower and everything. I came out of the restroom and I saw the Flo and just in his underwear. He was sleeping.
This is not what you're supposed to
I
be saying. What should be
oh
supposed to be
dude.
saying is what
I saw that and I was just like, what the heck happened to this guy? He looked at me and he was like, you could tell that he was dead. Like, and then all of a sudden at like 4 a.m, all I heard was Flo making himself throw up.
I don't remember any of that. So
Yeah.
there's that.
And that morning, and he did not even remember that he was walking. Like he told me like he didn't know how he got home. Well, I ordered us an Uber, so we're doing it safe, everybody. We're doing it
Always be
safe.
safe when you drink.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
And
the
Even,
blackout
you know
and
what?
I'm the throw up.
The way Flo was talking to the Uber driver was so funny
What
too.
did I say?
He was like yelling at the Uber driver. Ah, we need to go back.
What? Guys, I'm more civil than that. I have manners. I did not yell at the Uber. I'm sorry. I don't know
Well,
what
not
happened.
yelling. We're just like he was really chill, super chill.
but see, I think that's the beautiful thing about Uber. It just like they're clutch as fuck. Like everyone can get lit, and then as long as at least someone's responsible, to help everyone in the group go home safely. Right, Sandy?
Yeah,
Brandon,
definitely.
let's mention about how every time you got a shot from someone, you gave me half of them.
Yeah.
That
Responsible.
that is very true because I know that I will definitely die if I don't give it to Jane. Plus, Jane claims that has a higher tolerance, so I had to give her half of my shot. But that's a smart
bullshit.
move.
Brandon's just a little bitch.
How is that?
Brandon
how
is a little
that?
bitch, but he's pretty smart.
Yeah.
Using
I give
Jane's
him that,
words
yeah.
against her.
Because think about it this way. If all of us are messed up, how are we gonna get home?
We sleep
I'm
wherever
pretty
we are. That's happened before, and that's gonna be happening. That's not gonna be happening again.
Well, Jane, what about you? Do you black out or do you yak?
Yeah, blackout for sure, but only when I mix alcohol or if I drink too fast. If I pace myself, I don't black out or throw up.
Sandy? Just make
I mean, I do a bit of both. Depends on how much I drink. I have plenty of stories where I've blacked out, or like threw up just because I'm so lightweight.
Whoa.
Wait. Actually, that's how I met Sandy.
Oh, that is true.
Sandy was throwing up, and I called her by the wrong name.
Sarah.
Yeah, my head was in
Yeah.
a bag, and then Brandon's like, "Oh, you're Sarah," and I was like, "No."
Wait, that means Sandy didn't black out, but she threw up then, right? So you're the
I
throw
threw
up
up
type
that
of
time.
person?
Well, I do
Dang.
also black out too.
But you
Because
remembered.
I remember that part. But it depends on how much I drink. I remember my freshman year I drank a lot. And I don't even remember making out with someone, and then one of my friend's friend was walking me back to the dorms because I was so drunk. And then I pushed him into a bush. Apparently, I don't even remember that. I pushed him in, and
Wait.
his whole arm was bleeding. But he got me back to the dorms safely.
Dude, you're a
I want to
tiny
thank him, but
girl.
he did.
How?
I don't even know how that happened.
What?
I'm scared,
How?
Sandy.
Well,
Yeah, I
your
don't want
friend's
to
a
drink it,
great
Sandy.
friend. Your friend is a great friend.
Well,
I don't. That was like the first time I met him, but he was someone that my friend trusted. He, he was a friend of a friend because he saw how drunk I was. He was like, "Oh, she needs to go back." So that's why he was walking me back. But nothing happened other than me pushing him into the bush.
Let's take a moment and commend this man for taking great actions.
Oh.
So
Yeah, but
true.
for the next 3 days after that, I was hungover. It was not a good feeling.
Next 3 days.
3 days.
Yeah.
Dang.
Like just headache or what?
No,
Or you
just
feel
like
weak?
my stomach felt so bad. I wanted to like keep yakking, and
Oh.
Oh,
I
you got
just
alcohol
I
poisoning.
had a
Yeah.
headache, and I just was not feeling well. I didn't even want to eat.
Then you had alcohol poisoning. That's
You
bad.
had alcohol poisoning, yeah. I've never done
Probably.
to that certain extent. Now, my question is, when's your first hangover? Everyone.
Brandon, did you talk about if you throw up or
Oh yeah. What about you, man?
No, I throw up. I throw up. I don't black out. I throw up.
you've never blacked out before?
Never.
Wow.
That's
That's because he's a
bullshit. I remember.
pussy. That's because he's a
No,
pussy.
no, no. Wait, whoa, whoa.
He doesn't go
Blacking
to.
out. Blacking out. Like I would drink, but I'll force myself to throw up. That's a difference.
Yeah,
Like,
Then
but
that's
I
a
make
dude,
pussy.
you
sure.
don't
That's what you
you
call a
don't even
pussy.
remember. You don't even remember drunk
No,
video
yo.
calling me while you're on the toilet yakking.
Wait. That happened. That happened like once. Like, okay, maybe I blacked out once then, because I don't remember that. But I don't do that. I know I don't do that. I must have been really like crazy, but
Right. Okay.
I didn't remember. Oh wow.
Brandon, you've never gone beyond your limits.
When was everyone's first hangover? Do you guys remember your first hangover? No, I remember mine.
What
You go
was yours?
I mixed soju and tequila. My cousins they were like they were pushing me to like have fun and just drink. And then in the fridge I saw Patron, and I told them like, guys, let's just do it. And then I see, I was in the restroom throwing up. I was hugging the toilet, and it was the worst feeling ever.
Wait, so you weren't even hungover the next day? You were hungover that night.
Oh no, I was hungover the next day, like the whole day.
Damn. But your hangover started the night of.
Yeah, yeah. Like when it was 9 when we finished drinking, we drank a little bit more. Then like at 11, I was gone.
Bedtime. 11.
Bedtime.
Okay, so mine was in Vegas. This was before COVID. So we drank from 11 a.m. till 3 a.m. Like we
Oh my
drank
gosh.
mimosa, and then we stopped drinking, and then we would drink like Fat Tuesdays like the rest of the day until dinner, and then
Oh.
after dinner we went clubbing. So from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. we were drinking, and I had hangovers in between. In between mimosa and Fat Tuesday and clubbing. It was so bad.
That's
I went
crazy.
to the oxygen bar because I had the biggest headache. Like it was so bad. Our friend, one of my friend, like was like, "Hey, let's go to the oxygen bar." And let me tell you about oxygen bar. Gets rid of your hangovers. That's why I was able to continue on.
Oh really?
Crazy. My headache was gone after. It's just like 60% like oxygen, just like you're just inhaling it, and then yeah, so it's so worth it.
That's
If we
so
ever go to
interesting.
Vegas, I will
I'm
treat you guys out to oxygen bar.
For me, I do remember the first time I blacked out. And I just chugged 2 bottles of soju under 5 minutes. And that was my first time drinking soju. It was fresh, and initially when I first tried it, I thought it just tasted like medicine, like good medicine. So I thought it was kind of like juice. So I thought it tasted great. And I just tried 1 bottle, and I was like, "Yo, this kind of feels good." And then I was drinking with my friend. Obviously, I wasn't drinking on my own. He was going through issues, so eventually, I was cool with it. And then eventually, I tried the second bottle, and little did I know that it wasn't even under 5 minutes. And the next thing I know, like literally 5 to 10 minutes, I I just started like wobbling, and I started running, and I started laughing my ass off. I don't know what's happening. And then the next day, I'm just hungover the entire day. I go to the bathroom, and all I do is stay in my bed the entire day. That's all I do. Worst hangover ever? Not really the worst, but pretty bad, actually.
Mm.
Sandy. Oh, was yours the dorm?
That was definitely not my first time, but I honestly don't remember my first time blacking out. I used to be really wild. You know, college parties go really hard. So it's
I've
go
never
hard or
seen
go
you.
home.
I've never seen you go party hard. Are you kidding me? What are you talking about?
No, honestly, I've changed a lot, like partying style wise, just because, you know, I'm older and I don't find myself handling alcohol as well. So I've definitely toned down from freshman year.
Damn.
I think
What
that's
the
a
But
good
heck?
thing.
speaking of partying, what is like one of the coolest parties you guys have ever been to?
Hmm.
I
Um.
remember going to a white themed party. So pretty much they have black lights and then everyone's wearing white clothes and they throw paint on each other and then the paint just pretty much like glows.
Oh, that's lit.
Oh,
That's
I've never
fun.
seen that. Where?
It was at a fraternity.
That's pretty cool. Fraternities
Wait,
always have these kind of parties though. It's pretty lit. They even have the toga parties and all that. It's
Oh yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
And then going along with Sandy's mine was pretty similar. Jane was there. It was in Vancouver. We actually just flew over for just one weekend. Um, I hope my parents aren't watching this because I don't even know if they actually knew that I went to Vancouver just like that for that one weekend. But it was fun. It was really fun. It was this one party, hosted by one of my friend's brother, and it was a glow in the dark party as well. So it sounds similar to what you were saying, but it was just glowing lights, and then eventually it was people that I didn't know, I had no clue of. I didn't even know them at all, and they were all Canadian, or a lot of them were Canadian. So that was great. And then the best part about this whole night with the party was that we eventually it was like a well, how do you call it when you before the party, before you go
Pre-game.
a pregame,
Pre-game?
exactly. It was kind of like a pregame. My bad. It's been a while, you know. Graduated out of college, forgot about it. But it was a
Get out of
pregame
here.
to nightclub. It was a pregame to a nightclub, and then after to go to the nightclub, we took a bus, a party bus, and that was, I guess, that was the most favorable, especially not only because it was a one weekend in Vancouver, but it was also because we had a party bus and we had all of that happening at the same night. 75%
Yum.
alcohol, absent. Great.
Ugh.
Hits you
We
hard.
also not only had a table but a room, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Because
and
it's not that common
Ooh.
to get a room here, clubbing here.
right.
Damn, what the
It
fuck?
was
I want to go
wild.
Vancouver.
Wait, Flo, you have to keep telling them the story of
No, no,
how you
no.
got kicked out? No?
Yeah,
Okay.
Wait, wait.
I got kicked out of the nightclub because I was trying to tone down on the alcohol and I was kind of getting tired after a long pregame and the party bus. And then eventually I was in the room, like, come on, I'm in the fucking room that, the group reserved. So obviously I can sleep if I want to. But the security guard was like, oh yeah, you have to leave until you sober up or whatever. And so then I left. Jane took me out, and then with one of my close friends, and yeah, eventually
And
I
then they
got back in.
started arguing. And I was
Yeah,
like, come on.
my friend and
Who?
I started arguing. I don't know what we were arguing. We were arguing about like who's more drunk or some shit, I think.
Yeah, like who's more stupid, who's more drunk.
And then I was like, I'm not more stupid. I'm not more drunk. And then eventually, once I sobered up, I went back in. But it was fun. It was a blast.
Damn, you guys actually went to like real like parties because I've never been to like a crazy one except for clubbing, but clubbing.
Ooh,
Oh,
speaking of clubbing, I do have a story that I've witnessed. I remember going to a clubbing event and we're leaving the club, and then out of nowhere, a guy punches this girl in the face and runs the fuck off. And then she got so pissed because obviously, if you get punched in the face, you're gonna go after the guy. She tried to go after the guy, and then all her friends like held her back, and she was like so pissed off, and she was like, "Let me the fuck go, I'm gonna go beat the shit out of this dude, like what the fuck." And then it was just like so crazy.
Oh my
Why'd the
god.
friend stop her? I'd be
I
if
don't
I was
know.
the girl, I'd be
yeah,
so
I
pissed
would
at my
chase.
friends.
Yeah, I would
I would
chase
punch
with the
my
friend.
friends and then punch that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
exactly.
friends should have chased him
What? Yeah, the friends should have chased her. Unless they
Yeah,
know each other, and then she gonna get the payback later.
I would have taken my heels off and like started running for
She's gonna sprint for
Damn.
like only 100 meters,
That
and then she's gonna be like,
man-
okay, no more.
That man,
Man,
very
don't-
disrespectful.
Don't expose me like that.
Really quick. Damn, what the fuck? See, I've never partied like that. I've only partied where okay, maybe it's just a vibe. Never mind. Never
But
mind.
that's so funny, Brandon, because you were actually at that club with me too. You were probably still inside, but I left the club that day earlier than you, I believe.
But Sandy, we were sober when we go clubbing.
That's true.
Totally. Totally. Guys,
No,
I
no,
was
no,
back in
like-
college.
We were like bored.
Oh,
like we
actually?
were on board.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh.
we were sober. I had to be the driver, but that does not
Mm.
count.
That's true.
I think mine. Okay, so I started like partying and like drinking in like large group settings my 4th year of college, like super late. So, it was actually Flo's house. So there was. I remember this was like the most like lit because in the garage, like no, in the house, it's like not that big, but it's decent.
It's
We
pretty
had like 60 people in there. Like it was so packed, and then I remember like, can I talk about the cops coming in?
Oh, we had 110 people at that party.
110 was that? Well, was that what
Yeah.
it was? I don't remember. Okay,
It was like
we had
110 people
Yeah, we
in
had
that small
110
house.
and then the cops came because we were being so loud. I mean, what do you imagine? Like 110 people just like yelling and So we all hid in the garage. All of us in the dark.
Wait, was I there, Flo?
You might have been.
Because I
there.
remembered. Because I remember Flo was. We heard that there was a cop coming in, but Flo was like, "You know what? Fuck the cops!"
Yeah,
and he just
yeah.
started screaming. Oh, so I
You were
was
there?
there.
Yeah, you were
I
there.
was there.
So
Oh, I
then,
was
like,
there
okay, the
too.
entire house, the entire backyard, and the entire parking lot was all filled up, and I kept going back and forth saying shh to everybody, but some people kept talking, and then eventually I got pissed. I was like, you know what? Fuck the police out loud as fuck in the backyard, which meant that they heard it over the fucking house. But my other housemate was, smart enough, responsible enough to cover for my ass, and then, apologize, told them we're gonna quiet down and just like, just quiet down and be more responsible. My
Dude,
dumbass.
I could totally see you getting yourself into trouble, man. When you get drunk, you have no filter. I can just imagine you getting like arrested. but I'm pretty sure your friends won't let that happen. I promise.
Man, it's wild.
But I definitely think that was the best party I've been to, just because it was like one of my first ones, and I think that just like opened my eyes for me. It's like, whoa, drinking with people is fun. Damn it, Flo, it's your fault.
What? I showed you a new world.
But Flo did have a lot of parties at his house. When in college, he's always offering his place to party. Do you remember that, Sandy? Like every time we'll just be like, let's just ask Flo. Let's just ask Flo.
I actually don't remember that. Did we? Have I been to Flo's house?
Yes, you have.
You
Banquet night after party.
For your
When we became staff.
third year?
When we became staff.
I think we even had the BP tournament.
Yes, we do have the BP
Oh!
tournament.
Oh, I remember that.
But that only happened because my housemates were all chill with it. It does.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the hard part. Like, if you have a house where one person doesn't like partying, then it doesn't work out. But if you
Yeah.
have a full house that's willing to party and willing to host, then that's why it happens. And my roommates, my housemates were lit. They loved partying. They loved hosting. So eventually, it always worked out. Because if we were bored, people would just be like, "Yo, let's just host a party." Like literally, we would host a party last minute. On the Friday of,
I
we would
remember.
have morning classes. After morning class, we're like, "Dude, there's nothing else to do. It's weekend. We haven't even started hosting or anything." And we'd be like, "All right, let's call up people. Let's just host a party. Let's go stay to bros. Let's grab some alcohol and let's just make it lit." and then eventually all of a sudden we just invite 50 people and we just have a party, just like that. It's just because we were all agree on like, oh, yo, it's a Friday, it's boring, let's be lit, and then eventually it just happened. But it doesn't work out unless you have the right housemates.
That is true.
I
But
remember
out of the
Go ahead.
but out of the housemates, who's the most responsible?
I mean, both of them were pretty responsible. Well, actually, one of them was more responsible than the other, but I think that one was more responsible than me too. So, I was probably the most serious. Nah, actually, I was pretty responsible back then. I think I got worse. That's it.
No.
He's still the same.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm more responsible now. I was more responsible back then.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, because
But
I was
speaking of
hosting
this,
parties.
cheers.
Cheers.
Shit,
I'm already feeling it. I'm like,
I'm about to finish the bottle.
me too. I'm almost done. Where do you normally go shopping for alcohol, Flo?
Man, there's something that I forgot to mention, but I usually go nowadays. Like now that I don't go to college parties anymore, I kind of just drink soju. So I go to like H Mart and all that. But back then, I would go to State of Bros. And what I would just go for if I were to host parties, it would just be New Amsterdam because it's the cheapest. People don't care if they're a party. We gave free alcohol, so we're gonna give the cheapest. I'm sorry, we're not giving you quality. And then I'll always keep like a Ciroc on the side for me and like my close friends sometimes. But that's it. It's usually State of Bros. I think that was the cheapest spot. I'm not sure though.
Wine bags.
Oh yeah,
God.
those wine bags.
Four Locos.
Four
You guys drink Four Locos?
Yeah.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
you
I
guys
actually
tried?
really like it.
Four Locos are okay. Have you tried Buzz Balls?
No.
Buzz Balls. I don't know where they're at. They should be showing up. I don't know if they were doing a better job. They'd be so huge in the alcohol market. But literally, it's a buzz. It's like a small bottle of like alcohol, and you
Oh.
just chug it in one go, and you already feel
Mm.
buzzed. And honestly, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know why they don't like. It's not that common for some reason,
Mhm.
but I thought it was pretty lit. Every time I wanted to be lit and I didn't want to drink alcohol, I would just chug one of those, and then I'll feel lit, and I'll be able to drink anything.
But
Hey,
you have
Buzzballs, sponsor us.
oh, Buzz.
Literally,
But
Buzz
you
Balls.
have to drink it before you drink or before you're drunk. When you're drunk and you take Buzzball, you black out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Yep.
so bad.
So Buzz Ball is usually the first drink
Damn.
you go for.
Mhm.
And it's
I
small,
remember
huh? Like,
I remember during college when I went over to Flo's house, we would literally just be sitting down or we'll just be like eating and we're like, Buzzball? And then we look at Buzzball? Okay, Buzzball. And then we would just go to the store and buy Buzzball, come back.
I didn't know that it was that famous there.
It wasn't even that famous there. It's because Flo, remember we went to Zion
Yeah,
and then
one of our
Chris,
friends, Nick.
yeah, Chris, Nick, and I, we drank it. So that was the first time everyone knew about.
And then it worked
found out.
once, so we just kept going at it.
Mhm.
And then anytime like some people didn't, anytime one of my friends or one of our friends didn't want to drink, well, like just chug this, man. Just force yourself to chug this. It's not gonna be too hard.
Mhm.
They drank it, wait a couple minutes, and then eventually they're like lit enough to actually want to drink some more alcohol. It's not like we were forcing them to drink, okay? Let me tell you, we're not forcing them to drink. We offered them to drink the Buzzball, and that was an alternative to them being lit if they wanted to be lit but didn't want to drink.
Also back then, I feel like people didn't really like the taste of like, Amsterdam or, vodka or anything. So Buzzball was just easy because they had like apple flavor or like, what was it? Chocolate
Chocolate
milk?
milk,
Yeah.
pretty good.
Oh, interesting.
Chocolate milk?
Yeah, they had lemon, raspberry, I think. They were all good. And the chocolate milk was somewhat the best for most people. Just because it tasted pretty good.
Mhm.
Apart from the ending part only, but during
Yeah.
the beginning part it always tastes good. And it just doesn't, it's like a cocktail but really heavy on vodka. So you're
Mhm.
drinking a cocktail but it hits you so hard. So that's pretty good.
Ooh, man, I gotta try this out now. I'm
You got to.
intrigued.
Sandy,
Trying to
shut
get-
up. You won't even drink. Get out of here, Sandy. You say these
What
things.
do you mean?
Say, string
If
along
you actually,
members or viewers, the next time we meet Sandy, we will be recording when we show her a buzz ball, and she will have to drink it.
or you know what? She has to post it on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
If that never happens, then it never happens. You have to do it. Like now
Don't
you have to
worry,
do it.
viewers. I won't let you down.
Ah.
Hashtag Sandy Buzzballs.
Whoa, that kind of
Alright, that didn't sound too. Hey, not my fault. The alcohol sounds. Dude, that's the alcohol's name. I'm sorry.
I have a
done now.
question for everyone. Do you guys prefer drinking at parties, clubbing, home, or restaurants?
I actually like drinking at home with my small group of friends.
Mm.
I don't think I really like drinking at big parties, but I do like seeing people drunk at big parties. People just
There's-
do the dumbest shit, when they're drunk.
That's so
feel like-
true.
Mhm.
Because when one time I just didn't feel like drinking, and I told my friend I'm not gonna drink, and they were like, "Oh, like shut up! Of course you're gonna drink." But that night I didn't drink at all, and it was one of Flo's party, and I loved it. It was so fun watching people like getting drunk and like when I'm completely sober.
No, it's
Shoot.
not. That's not fun.
No, it actually
So
is.
fun.
If you're forced to be sober and then you actually watch people get drunk, it's pretty lit. It's pretty fun.
As long as you
Especially-
don't clean it up.
Yeah, of course. Man, that cleaning up was the worst part of fucking hosting parties, dude.
Then
But you know
I
what?
act drunk. I can't clean.
Oh,
Actually,
just took a shot.
Jane and another friend, one of my other friend, Rena, would always come over every now and then to clean up, help us clean up, which I really do appreciate. Because cleaning up
Dang.
was a bitch.
We would
We-
cook for
Oh,
It
dinner
yeah.
really is.
and clean.
I mean, even when we throw parties back then, Sandy and I have to stay the whole night to clean
Yeah.
Mm.
because we hosted parties and it was one of the
They
worst
were
things.
I
they
remember-
were bad.
I remember when y'all needed to have a place to host, so we hosted it for you guys, and then eventually at night we would just be like, my housemates and I would just be watching you clean it up for us, and be like, yeah, we'd be like, fuck yes.
And we were like, you can invite whoever you want because you
Yeah.
guys were the
Uh-huh.
house owners.
That was lit.
But to answer Jane's question, I think for every certain place, there's one like a specific alcohol to it. At home is wine, restaurant is beer, clubbing is hard liquor, and what's the other one?
Mixed
Parties.
drinks, cocktails.
Parties is mixed.
Mm.
Damn.
That's interesting to see it that way. I agree.
Don't you
I
agree?
agree somewhat. Well, home is more like wine and beer for me.
Yeah. Okay.
But either way, after that, clubs, parties, or just pubs is just whatever alcohol there is there. But personally, I prefer house parties more because the people you're surrounded with are all within your age range usually because it's college, or people of usually the same age range. You go to a nightclub, you could be hitting on an 18-year-old when you're like way older. Or you could be hitting up on the 30-year-old that looks hella young. Oh yeah. So eventually, I like house parties just because all the people around you are the similar age, and I mean, not that age really matters, to be honest. Actually, thinking about it, if I had a sugar mama, it would be greater. It would be better. At least she's mature, whatever. But that's
I actually like clubbing. I actually prefer clubbing because you get to meet different people, but not to hook up. I don't see clubbing for a hookup place, but more of like to bring groups together and then go even harder. Because honestly, if you're with friends, sometimes like you know how you can tell one friend like, "Hey, let's drink more." Some of them would be like, "Nah, I'm not in the mood," and then like it killed the whole vibe. Sometimes, not all the time. But remember when we went to Vegas, Flo? We were meeting like random people, and then we were just dancing with securities, and I was just like, wait, I was too like.
all right.
But then I was stressed.
Which night are you talking about? The first night or the second night? Because the first night, the reason why it happened was because we already came in with a pre-made group. It was already a group and another group, and we
Yeah,
joined together.
but we weren't hanging out with them as much. we were hanging in the dance floor. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Sandy,
Okay,
you
okay.
too.
I remember.
But
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
because second night Sandy wasn't there. Too bad. Sandy got kicked out. I'm just kidding.
Wait, hold
No,
on.
Sandy
It wasn't
voluntarily
me.
left out. Yeah, I do remember
No,
that though. Actually, that's lit.
But that's the reason why I prefer clubbing is because when you meet random people, I remembered clubbing and then this white guy, he was just looking at all the Asians, like, because we were with the Asian group and we were dancing to like a Millennium song, and then
Yeah.
he was just staring at us, just like, what are you doing? Like, and I'll be like, you come here. And he's like, no. Then I'll just grab him. I'll be like, no, come here. And then we just start jamming. I think that's like the coolest part, like just bringing people, because when we go clubbing, we don't really care about race and all. Maybe it's the alcohol talking, but it's like you don't care who you're with as long as you're just showing them that you can have fun. Because house parties is like different. You can go hard, but then again, it's like,
That's
I
yeah.
think it's not as fun.
It's like raves, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Except Vegas nightclubs is different from LA nightclubs, in my opinion.
Mm,
Vegas nightclubs is more lit. 100%, I agree. I actually like Vegas nightclubs more than house partying, but house partying comes before LA partying or any like any clubbing I've been to, other than Vegas clubbing. Because
I
Vegas
just
clubbing, yeah.
I wanted to say that I don't like clubbing as much just because I always have weird guys coming up and like touching me and shit. Like, why can't guys just ask for permission before trying to dance with me? Like, I just feel so uncomfortable. I remember one time a guy came up to me and he just grabbed me and he just like, oh my god, I just felt everything. It was not. I like just walked away. I was just like, what the fuck?
Come on,
Damn.
It's the worst.
guys.
That's why I don't like clubbing.
yeah, guys, what the hell, man?
Yo, that's why they say if men were gone for 24 hours of this planet, what would women do? And they said they'd enjoy life, they'd be walking outside, doing these beautiful things in this world, but they can't because men. Because MEN. Man. Shit, I'm a man too. But I don't do that kind of thing. I'm sorry. I ask.
Yeah, always ask.
I mean, it's if it's those type of people, it's like more towards sexual like dances, and they're already expecting it. To be honest, that's why. But yeah, I feel like some people are just too crazy, especially when clubbing. Clubbing is kind of insane. But house party, you'll feel a lot safer. But sometimes,
Yeah. Sometimes it's still not that safe, depending on the.
I actually like restaurants the most. Maybe just because like Koreans, like we're just used to eating and drinking, and like soju, it's like not a drink where you just like drink by itself. You need something to eat with. So yeah, that and Brandon and Flo knows, but we never end at the restaurant. We always go like karaoke or we just go somewhere else, and then we could
Pub.
either. So this is what happens usually when we drink. We eat at a restaurant, we drink. We go to karaoke and we sing and we drink, and then we go back to the the restaurant. We eat and we drink more. So yeah, I think that's my favorite. But I really like Vegas clubbing too because we're like all dressed up.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
like.
think that's very true.
Mhm.
Because you get to look nice rather than in LA. You're just like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I feel like more people there are willing to buy you drinks than people at like LA clubs or OC clubs.
That is so true. That is
OC
actually so true.
OC and LA clubs, it's more like it's more like they just like grab you or
That's
they
true.
just want to dance with you. But for Vegas ones, like they just ask you. They're like, hey, you want to
Mm.
grab a drink? And whatever they wanted to do after, they would ask. But you could always say no after you grab the drink.
That's messed. That's what's messed up. That's what's
Why?
messed
They
up
ask.
on women, and because I'm.
Woman.
No, they asked if they wanted a drink. And
You're
I
right.
wanted
You're
a
right.
drink.
Yeah,
So
That's very true. That's
exactly.
very true. We only ask for drinks. Yeah.
Next time, Flo, don't ask.
I mean,
Don't ask.
when I think about it, I spend more money in Vegas for other people than I have in like LA clubs or whatever. But usually after a nightclub, I always check my bank account, and it's never good. I hope my parents aren't watching this. I am sorry.
I know it's pretty common for like girls to get hit on or like asked to like get a drink with them. But Brandon and Flo, have you guys been asked to like asked by like anyone to drink with you?
No
Yeah,
strangers.
or has anyone bought you a drink?
No strangers.
Because
No.
I was also in relationships back then, so
Mhm.
the only time when I went clubbing was I just normally hang out with the bros and just enjoy. Like
I've only
Would you-
had drinks from friends that are girls, but
Yeah.
never from a stranger. It's always the guy that's gonna approach the girl first, you know. So actually, sometimes
That's not true.
sometimes
No,
sometimes
That's so
girls
not
do
true.
approach guys, but it's rare.
it's not true, but culturally that does happen.
Yeah.
That
Sandy, you can't
I guess I
deny
could
it.
agree with
The
that.
only thing I get is those girls giving you hints by staring at you, by looking at you every now and then, and I do get that, and sometimes I don't have the balls to go to them, but I think that happens more than if they show up to you, or maybe it's just for me. I'm sorry. I guess. Fuck.
But you know
Sa-
what? One thing that's important is that if a guy offers you to buy a drink, you should go with them to the bar and make sure that they actually,
Oh yeah.
they show, because
Don't bring.
you
Yeah.
don't know what they put in your drink, like straight up.
Mhm. Sandy, have you bought anyone a drink?
You know, I have not. I don't think I've gone clubbing a lot when I was single. So if I did, if I was interested in a person, I probably would.
Mm.
No, you wouldn't.
One bit.
Mm,
Yeah.
But I want to buy someone a drink, like when clubs open up again. Even
Yeah.
not, even if I'm not that interested in them or anything, just I want to
You know,
see.
I think when the pandemic's over, people are more likely to just go all out. That's
They're
what I'm
gonna go
scared
all
of.
out.
I
Yeah.
would not want to go clubbing during that time. To be honest, I'll be too scared.
True.
What do you guys think?
No, I 100%
I'm not-
agree. What were
I
you
feel like I'd be down to go out just to see the crazy shit that happens.
Me too.
I'm thinking the nightclubs are gonna be wild, like wild. Not
Go
seeing
with
some
guys.
wild
Always
shit.
go clubbing with guys. At least few guys.
I agree.
Yeah, it's always important to have backup in case.
Also,
And
be
normally,
careful you don't get hit on.
oh, that's true. They can act as a backup, like
Mhm.
just to like protect you.
But if you go with all guys, it's not fun.
That is true.
They're so busy, like trying to hit on other people, they won't even hang out with you. Like,
What's your number one drink when you go to a club?
Adios, motherfucker.
Okay, that's me too.
what is that?
It's the
AMF?
blue drink. AMF. Yeah.
Oh, that's what AMF stands for.
Yeah.
Mm, I
That's
like
always
Jack
Sandy?
cool
and
too.
Coke
Jack and
or
Coke,
Jaeger bomb.
Mm.
Jaeger.
I need to go dark because it needs to hit me faster, and like dark drink, I get drunk faster. So like I need something like quick. If not, I would have to spend like over $100. Like I don't get drunk that easily. That's why
See?
I've never
See?
get drunk.
See,
Uh,
guys, Jane says that she does not drink, and then now you guys heard it, right? She legit says, I don't get that drunk. Oh my god.
I don't get drunk at clubs unless we have a table and we have bottle services.
Ooh, high class woman.
Oh, thank you. All right, guys, it's time to talk about our embarrassing drunk story. Who's down?
Flo, didn't you have
Yeah, what's
one
up?
where you got knocked the fuck out?
Yeah. And we'll hear about it next week, actually, in part 2 of in episode 16. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for actually watching part 1 of Let's Blame It on Alcohol. We have another episode coming up soon, so see you next week.
Please like and subscribe to our channel.
Comment below about your drunk things that you've done.
And yeah, this is part 1. Don't forget to join our TikTok, Discord, and other social media platforms. We appreciate it and thank you so much for tuning in. And this is String Along.